Hi gang, Jade Hamilton here, and today I've come on to do a very quick and a very belated, well, it might not be quick, we'll see how we go, because I'm planning to read some of our story as well. I come to do Whatever I Want Monday, which is with our lovely friend Dee at the Baby the Hatch. If you haven't subscribed to Dee, please do, because she's a lovely lady. She's got loads of lovely babies. She's really supported this channel all through, and I feel really glad that she's one of my friends in this community. Also, a quick mention to my friend Jay at Jado's UK, because the outfit little Tamsin here is in, I've never put on anybody. So it belongs with her hashtag new doll clothes. Sorry, I keep pausing, gang. If you haven't subscribed to Jay yet, please do. She's a lovely lady. She's got lovely babies. She dresses them absolutely beautifully. I learned from the master as far as baby clothes are concerned, because Jay is the queen. As I say, I've got little Tamsin here, and I'm being a bit naughty because she's actually wearing, on a normal baby, it would be a swimsuit. It's 0 to 3 months size, and it's beautiful. It's this lovely sort of sky blue and white. It's got a ruffled rumba bum skirty bit at the back. It's 0 to 3 months size, and since Tamsin is not going to go swimming anytime soon because she'd catch pneumonia because the water would get in her stuffing, I'm decided to use it as a kind of leotard situation. On the front, in pale gold, it says, "You feel like sunshine," and I've put a heart print cream vest underneath that I got from a charity seller on eBay. And this, I think, was another of my tiny, no it wasn't, it was from a lady on Vinted, the same lady I got Kirsty's outfit from last week from, actually. Tamsin is a little Cinderella Build-A-Bear. She's limited edition. I got her for £14, I think, on eBay. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's got the most beautiful, placid, silver blue eyes. And as I say, I decided to put her in a little leotard today. And now that we've done our tags, on to the story. As per all videos where I read, all copyright goes to Kath Howe and to Nosy Crow, her publisher. I own absolutely nothing. Make yourself comfortable. Grab a hot drink if you've got one. Grab an extra blanket if you're chilly, or a fan if you're warm. I'll get the story up and I will see you very shortly. Sorry, excuse me guys, I'm just going to pause you for a second. Okay gang, we're on chapter 9, which is called What Friends Are For. So here we go. Dear Dad, when you went you only took a carrier bag. I've been wondering if you have enough clothes. Are you cold? I saw a TV programme with an old prison in it, and all the beds were in lines like in hospital. Is your bed in a line? Why won't they let you have the blue tack? Tell them that you really need it. Then when you put my pictures up and you by your bed, your friends will say, "Oh, a new picture." I could send you a jumper. I know where the post office is. Just tell me. Love, Ella. Kiss, kiss, kiss. When she'd gone, this is Lydia, by the way, for those of you who haven't heard the last chapter, Ella's slightly toxic friend Lydia has been round for tea, and she's worked out that Ella's dad has been in prison because he did something really silly that he shouldn't have done. When she'd gone, I went back upstairs and wrote to Dad again. I felt as if I'd hurt Dad somehow, but it was Mum who'd be cross if she knew. It was Mum who had asked me not to tell anyone, but Lydia had seemed to sort of know, didn't she? She'd worked it out. In the days after I told Lydia, when we were at school, she would grab me and drag me off to talk to her, to talk just to her. She would ask a whole crowd of little fast questions. Does your mum cry? Sometimes. If it was me, I'd cry bucketfuls every day. I thought about Mum. She's not really that kind of person, I said. Oh well. And then again, do you go and visit the secret person? He's too far away. Do you miss him? He's my dad. I felt important when Lydia asked me things. Lydia could choose from so many people, and she was picking me. I was just a bit worried that as the days passed, I'd told her all the things I knew, and I didn't really want to talk anymore about Dad. The other thing Lydia talked to me about was Molly Gardner. Everyone says Molly's dad disappeared. Poof! Lydia popped her cheeks like a bag of crisps exploding, and we both collapsed into laughs, like a puff of smoke. No more, Dad. Like a genie coming out of the bottle, only the other way round. I bet you could find out what really happened to Molly's dad, Ella. I stared at her, my heart hammering. I wondered if Lydia could hear it. No, I thought, I couldn't. Molly Gardner didn't talk to me. She didn't talk to anyone. Anyway, why was Lydia so interested in Molly's dad? Lydia's face was all serious. I love to know things. It's so exciting. And you've already found out more than anyone. We'll call it Operation 13, because that's our house. You can be my Ella Criminella. What a horrible name. I didn't say anything while Lydia went on grinning at me. Maybe she would forget she'd thought of it. Later that week, when I was walking out of school looking for Mum and Jack, I heard a voice calling my name and found Immy standing by the gates. Do you live near here? She asked. Yes, I said. with my mum and my brother. Emmy grinned. I've got a brother, Jacob. He's much older than me. He's at Mansfield School. He's 13. We get the bus together. Oh, I said. Are you pleased with the shoes? Oh, yes, I said. I love them. It was very kind of Lydia. Have you seen Zombie Laundry? Emmy said. It's hilarious. Have you seen Zombie Laundry? It's hilarious, Emmy said. I love stupid films. Have you seen Desert Whisper? That is such a great film. I shook my head. You have to see it. I realised Mum was waving at me through the crowd. Well, see you tomorrow then, Emmy called. Yes, see you. As I walked away from her, I realised Emmy never talked to me in that friendly way or came over to chat like that to me like that in school. It was odd. She'd seemed really pleased to see me just now. In school, she was often busy or dashing away. But more than that, in school, she seemed different. Of course, in school, she was always with Lydia. Yes, that was it. If Lydia was there, her friends always wanted to get her attention, to make her laugh. She was always at the centre, wasn't she? Every day, Mum seemed to be rushing. In the morning, she dashed to get our packed lunches and shouted at us to hurry up. There were lists everywhere, and Mum kept saying we had to get ourselves organised. She said I had to pull my weight and look after Jack. Don't make my life harder than it already is. On Friday evening, when Jack and I had been at our new school for 3 weeks, Mum let a lady in and told us she would be looking after us after school each day. Mrs. Reynolds looked like a grandma. She was wide, with very white hair and a stick to lean on. She said, Well now, tell me about yourself. And I couldn't think of anything to say. So I told her I was 10, and she said, Just the age when the brain really starts whirring. What's 65 plus 73? I hate maths, I said. I shall regard that as a challenge, she said. She had a big, bold, booming voice, and she could easily have told off an army, because when she spoke, you had to listen. She leaned a stick against the kitchen top and started emptying the dishwasher. I'm so pleased this is all sorted out, Mum said. Jack's bottom lip was out. Where are you going? He said to Mum. It's all right, Jack, Mum said, patting him. I'll be at work, sweetheart. That's why I found Mrs. Reynolds, and I need you both to be really helpful. Call me Sylvia, Mrs. Reynolds said. Sylvia will be meeting you from school and making you tea until I get back, Mum said. Will we still have baths? Jack asked. He's always asking silly questions. Sometimes he worries that Mum is going to go away and not come back, because that's what happened to Jack. To Dad, rather. I don't worry about that. Mum sighed. Of course you'll still have baths. You'll still do all the usual things. It's just that Mrs. Reynolds, Sylvia, will be here looking after you instead of me for a few hours. Once Mrs. Reynolds had gone and Jack was in bed, Mum came up to my room. She folded my clothes on my chair and stood watching me taking pictures of a squirrel outside my bedroom window. Ella, she said, you haven't told anyone about our family, about Dad, Have you? It's better if we keep things to ourselves. I remembered Dad's face in the local paper, how Mum had cried and held on to me. I stood there, all still and stiff. How could I explain to Mum about Lydia? Mum came up behind me now and put her arms around me so I could smell her fruit shampoo. I breathed in, staring hard at the tree, its jagged branches. This is our chance for a new start, sweetheart, Mum said, holding me. I want it to be just us. I nodded, turned and held up my phone to show her the photo I'd taken out of my window. My mouth felt full of words, burning to come out, but I couldn't say any of them. There was so much hope in Mum's voice. Oh dear. So poor Ella isn't going to tell what happened with Lydia because she's worried about upsetting her mum. What's that, Tamsin? You think she should tell her mummy? Yeah, I think she should too. Lydia's being very unkind. And if nobody tells her, she's not going to tells anyone what's going on. She's not going to stop, is she? No. But we'll see what happens in the next chapter. Well, we'll leave it there for today because I haven't left myself a lot of time. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, subscribing, commenting. It really makes my day when you do. And Tamsin and I will see you soon for another story. Can you wave, Tamsin? Good girl. Bye bye, everybody. Cheerio.